Good morning, students. Today we will start with chapter number 6 of statistics, that is graphic presentation. So in this chapter we will learn how we can present the data graphically. In chapter number 1 we have learned about the different sources of data and the methods of collecting the sample. In this chapter we will learn how to present the data graphically so it is easier for us to analyze the data. So in this video we will learn how to draw a histogram, a frequency polygon, that is line graph, frequency curve and ogives. So let's start. Let us explain what are the different types of graph. So graphs are of two types: frequency distribution graphs and time series graph. Frequency distribution graphs are of four types, that is histograms, frequency polygon, frequency curve, ogives, and time series graph are of one variable and two variable. In this video we will learn only the frequency distribution graph. In the next video we will learn how to construct time series graph. So we will take one example to explain how to construct a histogram. So this is one example wherein the marks are given in the form of interval 0 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30 and so on up to 70 to 80. And the number of students are also given. So we will represent this data in the form of histogram. So let's have a look how we can do it. So in the x-axis we have represented the marks. Okay, in the x-axis we have represented the marks. And in the y-axis we have represented the frequencies, that is this number of students. Okay, now this histogram is similar to bar graph only, but the difference is there is no gap between the rectangular bars. Okay, there is no gap, otherwise it is similar to bar graph only. So from 0 to 10 the corresponding line is up to 5, because there are 0 to 10 there are only 5 students. Okay, 10 to 20 it is 10 students, 20 to 30 it is 15 students, 30 to 40 is 20 students, and so on up to 70 to 80, which shows there are only 5 students. Okay, so we can see here how to construct a histogram. It's similar to bar diagram only, and the grouped data is usually represented in the form of histogram. I hope it is clear. Okay, so now let's have a look on frequency polygon, how to construct a frequency polygon. So this frequency polygon is similar to histogram only, but it uses line graph to represent the data. Okay, line graph to represent the data. So I've taken the example from your textbook itself. So herein the income per month is given in 1000 and the number of families. Okay, so what we need to do is first we need to find out the midpoints. Okay, so now how to find out the midpoints? To find out the midpoints we need to add lower limit plus upper limit divided by 2. So 0 plus 10 is 10, divided by 2 we get 5. Okay, 10 plus 20 is 30, 30 divided by 2 is 15, 20 plus 30 is 50, 50 divided by 2 is 25. So this is how we get the midpoints. Now let's see how to plot the points. In the x-axis we will show income per month, and in the y-axis we will show the frequency, that is number of families. Now in 0 to 10 range the midpoint was 5. Okay, so from 0 to 10 we will select 5, okay, the midpoint, and corresponding to that the frequency we have is 20. So from here we'll go up to 20 and put the point here. Okay, second is 10 to 20, the midpoint is 15. So from the 10 to 20 here we will get 15, and from 15 the corresponding frequency is 30. So from 15 we'll go up to 30 and put the point over there. Okay, similarly 25 to 15. Okay, 35 to 10, 45 to 5 and 55 to 2. Now we will join this point with the help of a scale and also the two extreme points are joined with the x-axis. Okay, this point we will join with the x-axis. Okay, so this is how we construct a frequency polygon. I hope it is clear. Now let's have a look how to draw a frequency polygon with histogram. So in the last slide we saw how to draw a frequency polygon without histogram, okay, but we can also draw a frequency polygon with the help of histogram. Now let's have a look how we can draw that. Now this is a question wherein the income per month is given, the number of families are given. First we will construct a histogram. Okay, from 0 to 10 the frequency is 20, so we will go up to here 20. Okay, first we will construct the histogram. 10 to 20 it's 30, so from 10 to 20 we'll go up to 30. 20 to 30 it is 10. Okay, and 30 to 40 it is 5. Is it clear? Now for frequency polygon what we need to do is we need to find the midpoints. Okay, 0 plus 10 divided by 2 is 5. We need to find out the midpoints. So from 0 to 10 the midpoint is 5, so from here we'll go up to 20. Okay, this is how we will get the points, and once we get the points, okay, we'll join it with the help of scale. So this is how we prepare frequency polygon with histogram. Now let's have a look how we can construct a frequency curve. Now frequency curve is similar to frequency polygon only, but the main difference here is we will construct the curve with freehand. Okay, in frequency polygon we used to connect the points with the help of scale, but here in frequency curve we will join the points with freehand. So let's have a look how we can construct it. So this is one question, example number 4. The marks is given, the interval of the marks is given, and the number of students. Okay, so with this data we will look how to construct a frequency curve. So here the diagram is given, frequency curve with histogram. Okay, so first you will construct the histogram. 0 to 20 is 20, so sorry 10 to 20 it is 20, so from 10 to 20 you will construct the histogram. 20 to 30 it's 40, 30 to 40 it is 15, 40 to 50 it is 10, and 50 to 60 it is 4. Now for frequency curve what you need to do is you will join the midpoints. You can also find the midpoints and join the points, or else you can also join the midpoints of the histogram to get the points. Okay, so once you find the points you will join these points freehand, not with a scale. You will join the points with freehand, and at the end you will join this point to the x-axis. Okay, you got this midpoint over here, you will join this point to x-axis. I hope it is clear. Next we have ogives. So there are two methods of constructing ogives, less than ogives and more than ogives. Okay, first we will look how to construct a less than ogive. So we have taken one example wherein the pocket allowance is given in terms of rupees and the number of students. Okay, so the interval is in the form of 0 to 10, 10 to 20, and it goes on up to 60 to 70, and the number of students are also mentioned here. So with this data we will find out how to construct a less than ogive. So the first and foremost step to construct a less than ogive is to find out the cumulative frequency, because we will represent the cumulative frequency in the y-axis. So that is the first step to find out to construct a less than ogive. So since we are constructing a less than ogive, so we will write here less than. So what is less than? Less than 10. Okay, less than 10, less than 20, less than 30, less than 40, and so on up to 70. Okay, now how to find out the cumulative frequency? First one will remain the same. The second one would be 5 plus 7. 5 plus 7 here is 12. The next is 12 plus 10. 12 plus 10 here is 22. And it goes on 22 plus 25, 47, 47 plus 35, and it goes on 92 plus 8, we get here 100. Okay, so we will represent this pocket allowance in the x-axis and the cumulative frequency in the y-axis. Now let's have a look. So this is how the less than ogive will look. So in the x-axis we are representing the pocket allowance. In the y-axis we are representing the number of students, and the scale is along x-axis 1 division is equal to 10 units, and along y-axis 1 division is equal to 20 units. Okay, so less than 10 it was 5. Okay, less than 10 it was 5 students. Less than 20 it was 12 students. Less than 30 it was 22 students. Okay, and it goes on. Once you have plotted the points, okay, you will join the points freehand. Okay, don't use scale. You will join the points with freehand, and that is how we construct a less than ogive. I hope it is clear. Next we have more than ogive. So the similar question we have taken, okay, to construct a more than ogive. The pocket allowance 0 to 10, 10 to 20, up to 60 to 70, and the number of students. Now what is the difference between less than ogive and more than ogive is in the calculation of cumulative frequency. Okay, in less than ogive we have added all the frequencies to that particular point to get the CF of that particular class, but here in more than ogive it is bit different. Okay, now let's have a look how we can do it. Since it is more than ogive, so it will be more than 0. We will represent the lower limit. More than 0, more than 10, more than 20, more than 30, more than 40, more than 50, more than 60. Okay, and how to calculate the cumulative frequency? The highest number would be the cumulative frequency. I forgot to mention the number of students. The total number of students here was 100. Okay, so the first cumulative frequency will start with the total number of students that will be mentioned in the question. Okay, so 100 is the total number of students, so the first cumulative frequency would be 100. Okay, more than 10 would be 100 minus the first frequency. Okay, so 100 minus 5 we get 95. The next cumulative frequency we will get by deducting 95 minus the frequency of that class. Okay, the preceding class. 95 minus 7 is 88. The next frequency how we will get? 88 minus the frequency of the preceding class, this one, 10. Okay, so 88 minus 10 is 78. 78 minus 25, the frequency of the preceding class. Okay, this is how we calculate the cumulative frequency in case of more than ogive. Okay, now we will plot this data, this pocket allowance in the x-axis and cumulative frequency in the y-axis. Okay, so let's have a look how to plot the data. So this is a more than ogive. In the x-axis we have represented the pocket allowance. In the y-axis we have represented the number of students. So the scale here is along the x-axis 1 big division is equal to 10 units, and along the y-axis 1 big division is equal to 20 units. In graph paper you will write 1 centimeter is equal to 10 units and 1 centimeter is equal to 20 units. Okay, so in case of more than 10 it was 100. Okay, in case of more than 10 it was 95. More than 20 it was 88. More than 30 78. More than 40 it was 53. More than 50 it was 18. More than 60 it was 8, and more than 70 it was 0. Now we will join these points with free hand. Okay, and we will get our more than ogive. I hope it is clear. With this we come to an end of the types of graphs. Thank you for joining.